videos exactly have you watched where they said gear doesn't matter? Because I know I've seen a lot of videos where it's like, the gear doesn't matter, just forget about the gear, it doesn't matter at all. Which, they're right, but also they're wrong. Kind of a contradicting subject. Now, the whole premise of gear not mattering, I guess, is important to think about and apply when you're too focused on gear, or you want to get everything all at once, depending on what you do for work. So if you're a photographer, you're a videographer, you just want to start YouTube. How important is gear? Well, it's important to have decent gear as you go along, because the more you do something, the more professional you become at something, and the more proficient you are, the more gear you will need, because the standard that people hold you to is a lot higher. You need good quality gear. But when you're first starting out, gear doesn't matter. Makes sense, because when you're first starting out, this is the first time you've done this before. Why would you spend so much money on something if you can do it very well? If you put your heart into it and you're passionate about something, you can do something very well. Like, you'll make something good. So if you're not focusing on gear at the very beginning, you give yourself time to adjust to it, to get used to it, to start getting better at it. But then if you decide to do something completely different, you can go and do whatever you want. Jules. I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay. Gear does or doesn't matter. What are your thoughts?
Probably does matter. Yeah, it does matter.
Yeah. You got anything you want to elaborate on?
We'll get a good carrying case for your camera so you don't drop it everywhere.
Can I have my opinion?
I don't know what gear you're talking about.
All right, Caitlin. What gear does or doesn't matter?
Doesn't, because.
Oh, you think it doesn't?
I think it doesn't matter,
okay,
because you can be entertaining and make a good video with like an iPod Touch.
Oh, all right. So just for future reference, don't make a video with an iPod Touch. Okay.
Well,
do you now want to change your thoughts or elaborate?
I agree with Caitlin. You can just use your phone, like, to record a video, because you can edit on your phone also. It won't be as good as on a computer, but you can still use your phone, and it's pretty good quality in the new cameras right now.
If you're entertaining enough, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. You have to have charisma.
Wow, that is dented. Can you see that? That is dented. Imagine for a second you first started doing YouTube, for example, and you did it for maybe 3 months, and then you decided you didn't want to do that anymore. In this case, gear not mattering is a good premise to follow, because, okay, you're very new at it. You don't know if you're going to continue doing it. Now you're stopping after 3 months. If you didn't at all pay attention to that, you went and blew all your money on a nice camera, a nice lighting setup, a nice microphone for the camera, and all this stuff. Oh, you've stopped now, and now all this stuff you have to worry about either selling it, you got to sell all this stuff, not getting the amount of money back that you paid for it, or it's going to be sitting in the back room never being used, and you have to like at some point try and get rid of it some other way. You've just wasted all that money. And so the premise when you first started, okay, gear doesn't matter, let's see if I like this, keeping that in perspective is a really good thing for when you're first starting. But the term gear doesn't matter, it always applies. You can always substitute something for a job that needs getting done. But the thing is, over time, gear does matter. If you're more proficient, you've been doing something for multiple years. Say, for example, with me, with videography and photography, I've been doing it for a few years now, and I've gotten to the point where I really want to start investing more money into it, into my camera, my audio setup, my lighting setup for the studio. It's something that I now know I enjoy doing. I want to invest that money into it. And as someone who does stuff like that professionally, that person would invest a lot of money, because that standard that they're held up to, because they do it professionally, they've been doing this for a long time, they've probably done a lot of jobs for it. Okay, you need to have good gear, because if you don't have good gear, people can tell. There are times where you can, very much so, if you are a skilled photographer, videographer, or whatever it is that you want to do with whatever field, you can get away with and use older equipment to be able to get a flashy, amazing product out. But once you get to the point where you are proficient, you're a professional, and you know something in and out, having better gear allows you to do it faster, allows you to do it more efficiently, and also adds to the enjoyment of not having to wait 30 minutes to transfer your photos from an SD card to your computer, because now you have a faster SD card, a bigger SD card, and a faster computer, because you've been able to invest the money you earned from this because you know you're good at it. So you don't really have to have those little annoying things so much because you are doing it on a regular basis. So gear doesn't matter. Yes and no. It does matter for those who are good at it and who know they love doing something in that field that they need the gear for. But if you're starting YouTube, if you're starting to get into a particular field, music production, photography, videography, whatever that may be, don't focus on the gear. It's important to not get hung up on gear, but it's important to not hold yourself back from gear when it's appropriate. I'm literally gonna die right now. And my friends are definitely still walking down the trail that we're walking on, and they definitely don't know I'm down here. Woo, this is nice. So guys, if you did enjoy this video and you liked my content, please let me know. Drop a like rating, leave a comment as well, letting me know what you thought. If you thought it was absolute garbage, also let me know as well. But if you liked it, also please let me know that as well. Hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in the next video. Please feel free to subscribe as well. I'm not gonna make you, but if you like this type of thing, I'm trying to do more of it. So please feel free to stick around, keep up to date with the latest videos that I'm releasing. But I still don't know how to finish a video, to be honest. So I'm gonna walk this way now. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you later. I can't find my friends. Well, my friend and my wife. They've left me, and I've been walking for at least 5 minutes and I still can't see them. So it's really embarrassing. So, for them, not me.